Welcome to the Nightly Rant. I'm Mike.
And I'm Torya.
This is the show where we talk about the awful things that have happened in our day, the awesome things that have happened in our day,
and all the things in between.
Thanks for listening, and we truly hope you enjoy. Well, here we are.
Apparently so.
Again? More than once.
At least for the second time this week.
Yeah, this week. I think it's like the 11th time or something like that now. Yeah, 11 times. This is the 11th time. When we started this, I wasn't sure we were going to make it past the second time. But I don't know. I think we kind of enjoy it.
Unfortunately.
And it's becoming somewhat of an addiction.
Is it? You're addicted to podcasting?
I think so.
Huh.
I think so.
You have a lot to say, so lots of podcasts are probably good for you.
We had some good news today, right?
Did we?
Some stuff going on in the background right now. Don't want to talk about it until everything's
It's been an interesting news
clarified, but it's been a pretty good day.
But there's big announcements coming then, I suppose.
That's right. Then
stay tuned. Keep listening.
You'll hear them here first and foremost.
I might even let you video my happy dance.
Yeah, there you go. For extra special bonus material.
Yeah, that's Patreon material, though. People got to pay to see that happy dance.
Yeah, there you go. You know, I'll stick it in the $3 section.
Ruh-roh. It'd be worth your $3.
Yeah, you know. You know, they could do the same thing with the funny videos of the dog. It's not a bad idea. This is how things have been going. Well, we've got the creative juices flowing lately, right?
Yep.
And it's really starting to snowball, too, which is good. Which is really good, you know. I think our attitude is a little bit different than it has been in the past.
Yeah, I think so, too. I mean, we're both working so hard to create, hello, Parker, our multiple streams of income, and it's turning into something great.
Exactly.
There's a cat cuddling with my butt.
Yeah.
I'm going to have 10 extra pounds of cat fur on my butt cheek now.
Speaking of cats and fur and butt cheeks and stuff like that.
Mostly just
Have
butt
you ever
cheeks.
Have you ever been to Costco?
On a Sunday?
Well, not pretty much any day.
It's worse on Sundays.
It is worse on Sundays. But yeah, you know.
Obviously, I've been
We've
to Costco.
gone there together, right?
Once or twice, or 73 billion times.
Of course, I asked that question that way to make people go, what? How would he not know that? But, you know, just messing with you. Anyway. You know what drives me crazy?
Oh, Parker,
especially with the Sunday Costco customers?
What?
Why is it necessary for people who have like 5 people in the family to walk side by side down an aisle? Blocking both directions.
But you'll notice they don't just do that in Costco. They also do that in shopping malls.
Yeah.
And Target.
Yeah.
But Costco's the worst. Like, there's the highest percentage of inconsiderate jackholes in Costco.
And then the ones that, like, stop partially turned into the next lane to the left, and they're in the middle of the main lane, and you can't really get by them on either side, and they're just looking up in the air like, where am I?
Or the ones that are like, oh gosh. They're driving in the middle of the road, they turn their cart towards what they want, and then they're standing there comparing labels and going, hey Jerry, which is the one we usually get? And then they're there for like 47 years. And you're just standing behind them like, I don't care which one you usually get. Just move so I can cruise past.
Yeah. But, you know, we've said this on the show before. You know, my friend David, what does he always say? You can count on people to do one thing and one thing only. Think about themselves. And that's the one thing everybody does. They think about themselves. Us included. Because we're complaining about them doing it their way because we want it our way. I mean, let's be honest. We're being just as shitty as they are.
I don't want them to do things my way. I just want them to do things in a way that doesn't hinder my way.
Well, right. And that's always my stance. You know that.
Uh-huh.
When you start doing things that interfere with how I can do things,
like,
we got a problem.
Like, pull your cart to the side before you're going to yell at your elderly husband about which brand you usually
buy. Well,
buy.
that's the thing. Like, I don't care if two people want to stand there and yell and scream at each other and have a big old argument. As long as it doesn't get in my way, why do I care what they're screaming about? That's cute. It's like, why do I care, you know? Like, who gives a rat's ass?
Right. He's licking me. The cat is licking my hand.
You know, it's what it comes down to, just common decency, and there's just none.
Right. And then what's interesting, ow, Parker, sorry, he's scratching and biting me and licking my hand. Anyway, and then you finally do scooch past these people in Costco. You scooch, like, maneuver,
barely,
and like you bump their cart, and they turn around, they like whip around with the speed of 1,000 evil demons, and like give you this death glare because you bumped their cart as you were scooching past. Like, really?
Yeah, the cart that was left out in the middle of nowhere.
It takes everything in my Canadian politeness not to be like, fuck you, move your cart then.
Yeah. I hear you. Or like the ones that, like, they get the thing down off the shelf, their cart's blocking the area where the thing is. Let's use like kitty litter as an example because it happens. And they pick it up, and they put it in their cart.
Uh-huh.
And then they stand there and wait while their wife is like looking at water bottles or something. And they stand there and wait, and they block the kitty litter, and then you can't get in there to get the kitty litter.
And they don't listen no matter how many times.
And you can be like, excuse me, excuse me, can I get in, excuse me?
And then you finally go,
exactly, and then they get all pissed off.
Same dirty look.
Yeah, they get all pissed off. It's amazing to me, but I mean, you're right. It isn't that we really want them to do it our way. We just don't want them to infringe upon our way.
Right. I'd like to be able to drive my cart freely up and down the aisles. It's why... Oh, gosh.
You're making me yawn.
Sorry.
Stop it.
It's why the aisles in Costco are 3 carts wide.
Yeah.
One person heading direction A, one person heading direction B, and one row for you to go around person A and person B if they're being kind of slow. Because I totally respect
passing lane.
Stop and look at what they're buying. That's not the problem here. The problem here is that you're taking up 2 lanes while you're doing it. You'd yell at somebody on the freeway for taking up 2 lanes.
Exactly.
Why is it okay for you to take up 2 lanes in Costco?
Exactly. Or the ones that, this is one of my absolute favorites, and it doesn't just apply to Costco, okay? It applies to anywhere where there's like public people parking in a parking lot that's free. It's the people who park their car and then walk multiple people deep down the middle of the traffic lane that you're trying to go down.
Asking to get hit by a car?
You know, that's exactly it, Yogi. Shh.
That's Yogi saying hello.
And you're right. It's like they want to get hit by the car. That's the crazy thing. But he thinks he hears somebody out in the hall. That's why he's woofing.
Yeah, we've had a herd of people move in across the hall, so he doesn't know them yet, so he woofs at them incessantly.
Yeah, he hasn't figured out the voices yet.
Well, and he talks back. Like, you tell him to shush, and then he...
Yeah. He's basically trying to tell you that he's doing his job. He's like, hey, stop telling me to shush. I'm doing my job. He's such a good guard dog, huh, Yogi? You're a good little guard dog, huh? Oh, so fierce. Why are you laughing at
He's
me?
assaulting me. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the cat who won't leave me alone. And every time I stop petting
Parker,
him, he digs his claws into my butt cheek.
Parker, you need to knock it
licks
off.
me, or he bites me.
Parker, knock it off. My God, dude. You're too much.
Ow, 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 no,
The
no.
cat will not leave her alone.
He's assaulting me.
He's crazy. Mm-hmm. Well, now there's a siren going off, so the dog's freaking out about that, too. So, what else about these Costco customers? How about the ones in the food lines?
The ones who can't follow directions?
Yeah, or the ones that, like, think it's cool to, like, they were there before you, but they were in the left-hand lane. So that means that if they feel like it, they can just cut in front of you.
Never experienced that. Or the ones who stand in two separate lanes to see which one is faster? Just kidding, that's what we do.
Who would do that? What kind of asshole would do that?
I actually think that makes somebody happy when somebody just all of a sudden disappears out from in front of them in line.
Yeah.
So, that's not a rude thing. I don't think
Well, most of the time, it's revealed pretty quickly which line's going to be the fastest. It's been a rare
that one
occasion where it
time.
was like right to the bitter end, but yeah, it's like it's a rarity for that to happen.
Yep.
But that's but I mean, I suppose some people could think that was rude and obnoxious.
I guess.
It's possible, right? I mean,
That's possible. But then there's the idiocy of Costco in the food lines as well, where Costco decided they were going to make it like a snake line instead of a bunch of individual lines for each individual window. But they didn't put up barriers. They just painted some stupid-ass yellow lines on the ground. And people were like, I don't know what to do. So some days people are smart and follow the snake line. And some days people are stupid and they just stand in a
go
bunch
back
of
to those long lines again. Yeah. Exactly.
It really does depend on if they put up some barriers to make you use the snake line, then problem solved. But they don't.
Well, and what's funny is, I think at one point they tried to use those like theater rope things, but because the area is so small and tight, and close to like where the soda machines are and
and then
things,
everybody uses
they
their
ended up
cart.
and then they ended up having a problem. It was too crowded right there. And so they took those away. Well, when they took those away, the people were clueless about what to do.
I think the solution is for them to move the soda machines.
Yes, I agree with you. They should move the soda machines to the other side of the condiments.
Yeah.
That's it. Just pull them out there, move them over, and stick them back in. I mean, that's all you got to do. Now, that sounds easy, but they probably have hoses running to there and a certain distance and all this
they
stuff.
could do it, but it would be an expense that they're probably not willing to.
Yeah,
so for people engineering a brand new Costco,
should be thinking about that stuff.
make sure you think about how long the lines are. Everybody loves Costco hot dogs.
Yeah, this is true.
And Costco pizza.
Yep, and those chicken bakey thingies.
Those are so good.
And like even the chicken Caesar salad thing is
Okay,
really
literally
good.
all the food at the Costco concession is good. I've never had anything bad from Costco concession.
There was one thing.
You didn't like the cold brew very much.
Yeah,
That was a test item, and it didn't continue, if you'll notice.
It was kind of but yeah, that wasn't a legit Costco item. But yeah, I think you're right. I think it's mostly good food. I mean,
The standard items are good.
Like their supreme pizza is bullcrap to me because I don't like olives. So
Right.
you know,
That's
it kind
a
of ruins.
preference, not a...
Well, yeah, I mean that's the thing. It doesn't mean that they're. I mean, I'm gonna put it this way. Compared to other pizzas that have olives on them, that I wouldn't really want to eat the olives, but I take a bite.
Yeah.
Their tastes better. Costco one tastes better.
That's fair. Oh, stupid cat snagged my pants.
So I give them a lot. I give them a lot of credit for that part. You're right. The food is, and the prices on the food. My God,
Who can beat $1.50 for a hot dog and a drink?
I think if I was going to be homeless, I'd be homeless in Las Vegas, and live near. Like my camp would be near to
a
Costco because I could eat there. And then I would go to the strip during the day to try to get money. I'd perform out on the street. I'd do something. There's options, you know?
But that's basically it about Costco. I mean, there's nothing else exciting or frustrating about Costco, is there?
How about the people, though, that when you're leaving and you got to stand in like 2 lines to get your receipts checked, and they keep switching lines? Oh, I want to be in this. Oh, I was there. Oh, wait a minute, I was here. Oh, no. And they don't necessarily cut, but they just keep jumping back and forth with whichever one's moving faster.
Or the people who don't even need to be in line because they didn't freaking buy anything.
Yeah, why are you here? Keep
like,
coming.
just zoom on through. They don't care. You don't have anything in your hands.
Right. That's so true. I mean, and apparently, though, there's some scammers working Costco parking lots, and like one will distract you while the other one steals your purse or your stuff that you bought.
Especially in our local Costco. I mean, you hear about that kind of shit happening a lot. What's interesting is you hear about that kind of shit happening a lot. Like, almost weekly you see it in the community groups. There's been some issue at Costco. But I've never seen anybody who even looks remotely sketchy in the Costco parking lot.
I agree, but you know why that Costco is the perfect place for it? They've got a lot of escape routes.
There's like 8 different exits from that Costco parking lot.
Well, and then there's a lot of escape routes from there. Like, you could turn out to Walker and turn left, and then turn right or left on Cerritos and head to one of the freeways. You could turn right on Walker, and then you could turn left on Catella. Well, from there, you could keep going up Catella, or you could turn onto Valley View. You could turn
straight onto Catella.
You could turn right on Catella and go head back towards Los Alamitos. I mean, there's so many places for you to escape.
It makes sense, but I've never seen anybody sketchy, and I don't know if maybe there's like a ring of criminals dedicated to that Costco that are just there at a certain time of day, or
and we
what
just
the
happen to be
dealio is.
lucky enough not to go there during that time.
Well, we do try to go to Costco at the less busy times, so maybe that's the problem.
Yeah, like if we were to be the Friday night after work, Saturday morning crowd.
Well, it's also like we haven't gone to Costco since before Thanksgiving because we've been avoiding the Christmas people.
But if we had gone Saturday morning, you know, later Friday night, like right after work, it's crowded. But that's probably also when the criminals would be working because they're going to want to be able to blend in with the crowd. It's a lot harder to do when there's only, you know, a tenth of the people there.
Well, yeah.
It's funny, when I used to work for the record store, we used to have these people, we used to call them boosters. And what they would do is, like, you know, the typical shoplifter would come in and, like, walk around the cassette area and, like, ask to see this, ask to see that, and then try to steal things right from there, right? Like, you know, walk away with a cassette or whatever. And that was typical, you know, or a single CD. You'd tear it open out in the aisle and steal it. Well, we had, like, our most expensive item that was out on the floor at the time was videotape.
Okay.
So, you know, like, videotapes were like $8 each.
Right.
And so if you wanted 10 of them, it was going to be like $75 for 10 because we would charge less because you bought more in quantity, right? I don't know what that was. And these guys would come in and they'd be like sizing up how many people were working. And if there was 3 people working, they would bring 4 people in.
Okay.
One more than how many people were working.
Right.
And they would each take on one of the employees and distract them. So if you were working the cash register, you also worked the cassette wall. So they'd be like, can you show me this cassette right here? And you have to stand there with them. You're not allowed to walk away. Oh, can you show me that cassette? Oh, can you show me that cassette? I'm going to hold on to this one because I think I'm going to get it. And then, meanwhile, someone else would be like, can you show me these CDs over here? Well, while they're doing that, person is going and putting videotape up by your front door under the railing. So you can't see this going on because you're being distracted by the people doing that. And then once the stuff is set up, the 2 of the guys start to walk out. And as soon as they get near the door, they duck down, grab the stuff, and run and throw it in the back of a car that's waiting for them. And they take off with like several $1,000s worth of videotape. They would just poof.
That's crazy.
And that's the kind of rip-offs that would go on all the time.
That's almost as bad as the Hutterite women I told you about that one night.
Yeah.
Who would come to the thrift store I used to work at, and they would be trying on like dresses or whatever. They would take like 100 things into the try-on room with them, and they would come back out with one because they would put it all on under their dress, and then they'd leave. They'd barter you down on a $1 item to 50 cents, and then they'd leave.
Wow. But yeah, it is. It's very similar to that.
Yeah.
It's very similar to that. I remember getting a good chuckle out of that when you told me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm still so congested. I think I'm starting to head on the...
You're on the home stretch there, dear.
Homeward bound stretch, I think.
Think of it. You've only taken medication
I'm almost
twice
there.
today.
I'm almost there, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost there. I think having this extra day of rest today was a really good thing.
I think so too.
Got work to do tomorrow, though.
Yep.
Plus, got to make sure the kids know
Mm-hmm.
where to go. Anyway.
I think that's the end of all we had to say about Costco customers. I mean...
Yeah, I do. I agree with you. I actually think it may be the end of what we have to say at all tonight.
But we'll be back tomorrow.
Do you have anything else you want to talk about? I mean, even a little topic?
No.
Sure?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing
bugging
you?
Nothing annoying happened with any of my clients today. I'm good.
That's good. What a way to go.
Yes.
But you don't want to, like, rant about, I don't know, people that were at Walmart today and went there.
No.
No, nobody there bothered you?
Well, there was the person who couldn't drive in the parking lot, but that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, and then there was the people fighting and ending their relationship outside.
Yeah. That was weird. And what was weird about it, you got to picture this, people. Two ladies that kind of look equally as kind of skanky. Sorry, don't mean to be judgmental, but they did look kind of skanky.
They're wearing like a vest and ultra low jeans.
And then kind of a normal looking guy. Like, you know, he didn't look like gangstery to me at all. Mm. And he didn't look like, you know, a low life scumbag to me. He just looked kind of like a normal, you know, hardworking, you know, trying to get through school or whatever kind of guy, right? But also the kind of guy that, well, he's kind of a player.
Apparently so.
And what's the one woman saying? You know, you screwed me over to be with her. You screwed me over to be with her, with that bitch. And she just kept going on and on and on and on. And when I'm listening to her, like, accent, I'm thinking to myself, it sounds like some people from Jerry Springer.
Yeah. They were strange.
And it was kind of a Jerry Springer-ish situation. I mean, can you imagine? Like, that guy screwed no matter what, because he's got
going to be single at the end of the
ex
argument.
And the current in the same spot. And he can't win because if he tries to defend what she says, she's going to tell the current what he actually said about her. And if he doesn't defend it, the current's going to be like, you didn't even defend me.
Right. He can't win. That poor guy had a bad day.
Yep. That's crazy.
But other than that, I mean, we went to Walmart and Target today, and both were pretty uneventful. I mean, there weren't super huge crowds of people.
Yeah, that's true. It wasn't super long line. I mean, what I did get frustrated by at Target was, you know, here, go wait at the pickup line. It'll be faster. Mm-hmm. And guess who ultimately ended up helping me? One guy? Of the customer service line people who I would have waited in line for it if I'd gotten in a line that was going to be so super long. Well, but I could just walk right up.
Where you could just check in.
And I did. I walked right up to the counter and bam, and nobody helped me. Until the whole customer service line emptied.
Well, it kind of worked out. You were done about the same time as I was, so.
Yeah, well, and it also worked out because the Starbucks was there, and we were able to deal with that. So that's good, because I would say you should probably
deliver them tomorrow.
Yeah.
At the latest,
wait.
I don't. Maybe she won't be there on Friday.
Because she might not be here on Friday, you know. Right. So you want to get that distributed.
And I think we should just give the one for Austin to her.
Unless you see him.
If his truck's here, I'll go looking for him, but...
Yeah. Well, you could ask her if she knows where he is, and she'll say, oh, he's at apartment 1,473,022.
Accurate. Anyway.
But...
There was no crazy people at Walmart or Costco or Walmart or Target today. I was impressed. I was expecting the worst when we went to Target because of the time of day we went.
Yeah. We went a little at a weird time we normally wouldn't go.
We went like 6:30.
Yeah, because that's the kind of thing like when...
And it's 6 days before Christmas? Like, what's wrong with us?
When Melissa says, oh, I need to go to Target today, she tells us right after school, we always go, let's go right now.
Right, because we don't want to deal with the
after-work people. That's exactly what we had to deal with tonight, was the after-work people.
But they were all right.
Yeah.
Not offended.
Yeah, they were fine. I didn't see any problem with it. Mm-mm. And I mean, like I said, my only complaint was whoever staffed that desk didn't do it right, because you had 3 customer service people, and one of them was responsible for the online order pickup.
I bet it was just so busy that they didn't have enough staff.
Or someone called in sick.
Yeah.
And I suppose that's possible.
Back.
Especially with this bug that's been going around. Everybody's been getting, you know?
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing about society.
One person gets sick and then everybody's...
it's like,
sorry, buddy.
It's like an epidemic. It just spreads like crazy, like wildfire.
When you think about it, okay, so we went to Target today. I touched a bunch of things that we didn't purchase, and I've recently been sick. Then I touched the counter at the checkout.
Yeah.
Then I touched the card machine, the debit machine at the checkout. I touched at least 4 buttons on the thing. All the buttons all over it.
So what you're saying is that essentially when you go to the store and you do shopping, you should have like gloves on to touch the counter, man.
No, you should wash your hands after or use some hand
sick.
sanitizer. I mean,
yeah,
because anybody who touches it after me is going to have my germs on them now, because I'm not 100%. I don't know if I'm contagious anymore, but I've been sick.
Yeah, I hear you.
And then you touched all sorts of things as well.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, I hope we didn't make anybody sick, but if we did,
we're sorry.
It's payback for whoever made me sick.
Well, I made you sick, so it's really payback for whoever made me sick.
Whoever made you sick. Yeah, and it's for the first time, it isn't one of the kids making us sick. That's craziness. But, all right, well, I'm getting a little hungry, so
guess it's dinner time.
We'll end this sucker here. We've been talking for a while anyway.
Yep.
But we love you guys. And like I keep saying, don't forget, if you like what you hear,
or you just want to let us know what you think about Costco customers.
You know, tell us in the comments. That's a great place to do it. At thenightlyrant.wordpress.com. And, hey, if you would also like to get more of this kind of content, but a little more adult. And I don't mean pornographic. I just mean, you know, a bunch of adults at a party where they actually serve alcohol, for instance.
My language is not this clean regularly.
You know, you go to patreon.com/Michael Mahoney. There is one episode that's there that's more tame than usual, but not by design. That's free, and you can listen to that and see what you think. And if you like it, subscribe, because that's what I do. Is I make content and I put that stuff out there. And like she said earlier, I have a lot to say about a lot of things. And I do not ever go only, you know, shallow waters. I dig in deep. And that's why it's sometimes really difficult to chase me off of my opinion, because it's generally been an opinion that's been well researched.
Yep.
So, you know, and it doesn't mean my answer's right. It just means that with the research that I did, that's where it led my brain.
Yep.
You know? So, anyway, well, we will see you guys tomorrow night.
Sure will.
All right, well.
Bye.
Hasta la bye-bye. Hey, this is Mike, and I just wanted to tell you that if you enjoyed the show, and I truly hope you did, you can subscribe on iTunes or Google Play and not miss a single episode. But if you happened to miss an episode and you didn't find it on Google Play or iTunes for some reason, you could go to our website, which is theNightlyRant.wordpress.com.